Hi, I'm Pete with Foam Fit Tools, and I have two more socket organizers to show you that we're making for Quinn socket sets. This one's going to a customer, so I wanted to just shoot a quick video and show you everything that's in here. It's kind of a neat one. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the sets that are in here. The first one is the 54-piece quarter drive master socket set. And we've got the 72-piece 3/8 drive master socket set. The 83-piece half drive master socket set. And then for the impact sockets, we put the 61-piece impact set in there. This is a half drive set. And then for hex and Torx bits, we've got the 87-piece master bit socket set. And then the last one is this 14-piece spark plug socket set. And that set includes locking extensions as well. So dimensions on this, 51 7/8 wide, 19 3/8 front to back. So unfortunately, this isn't going to fit in very many toolbox drawers. What it's designed for is the US General Series 3 roll cab, and that would be either the 56-inch or the 72-inch of those US General roll cabs. So not a lot of boxes that this can go in, but if you've got that toolbox or you're thinking about going bigger, this is pretty neat. And we had to work really hard to fit everything in here, so let me show you kind of how we accomplished that. One of the first things we had to do in order to fit everything in this drawer is we ran the sockets alternating. So big to small, and that lets us put them closer together. If you look at one that we've done with laser marking, this is for Quinn impact sockets as well, but here we run the big, so the deep and the shallow same size next to each other, so we can put one laser mark in between them. And we put the laser marks are pretty big, and if you think about it, in most shops, unless you've got your ceiling and wall painted white, what you end up with is, you get a lot of direct light off your light fixtures, and you get shadows in between the rows of sockets, especially from the deep. And because we're laser marking this in the black, you got black on black, so it's not real easy to read, especially with all the shadows. So we try and make those sizes really large. And so when we take off the laser marking and we flip the rows alternating, that saves us about 25% of the space. It lets us get everything a lot closer together. So what we've got here is the half drive SAE impact, short, deep, half drive chrome, short, deep, 3/8 drive, short, deep, and then quarter drive, short, deep. Okay, so on the right side we have the metric. So quarter drive short metric, quarter drive deep metric. This row is 3/8 drive short metric, and then the 3/8 drive deep metric. And there's a lot of half drive, so it's a nice range. Starts at 10 millimeter, goes up to 32. So these are the half drive short metric, and then the half drive deep metric. And then the impact from that 61-piece set, this is the short metric impact and the deep metric impact. We've got the ratchets front and center. We put a big finger pocket on those because you're always grabbing a ratchet. Every time you need a socket, you're going to grab a ratchet too. So we put those right in the middle. We've got extensions, swivels, and then these locking extensions are from that spark plug socket set. So we've got those in there as well. Now the tools from the spark plug socket set, that's the 14-piece, and that 87-piece bit socket set gets spread around and fill in the remaining open areas. So I already mentioned the locking extensions. Now the SAE spark plug sockets, most of them are here. So your three main sizes, and then for the swivels to save space, we did have to fold the end of the swivel. And there's two ways you can fold it, short way or a long way. We did it so that either will drop in here. If you do them the long way, they sit a little bit lower, a little bit smoother. So, and then the metric spark plug sockets are here, and then those two long ones are in the back. So a 5/8 and 9/16, just an extended length spark plug socket. Now for the bits, we divided them up, and so we've got the SAE on one side, the metric and the Torx on the other. So All the hex bit sockets, the long are here, and then there's half drive, 3/8 drive, and quarter drive. So those are all your SAE sizes. The metric sizes are here. So the long ones are here, and then half drive, 3/8 drive, and quarter drive. And then the Torx are the row on the outside. And then there's also a T55 and a T60. And then there's the short Torx are these 3 rows. And then there's external Torx as well. So quarter drive, 3/8 drive, and half drive external Torx. And I think that just about covers it. So a really good selection. We've got other layouts with these tool sets in them, just not in one drawer. So if you were going to do the 42-inch US General box, we have a couple different layouts that fit a good chunk of this. And then you would do either the 87-piece bit set in another drawer or your impact sockets in another drawer. So we have some different combinations there to make that work in a toolbox that's not quite this large. So the next organizer I have fits 2 Quinn impact sets. The first one is this 48 piece. This is a 3/8 drive set. And the 61 piece. So we've done quite a few different layouts with these. So the 61 piece is a half drive set. Both of them have SAE and metric in them. So we've got a layout with both of these sets in ready. What we've done with this one though is we've spread things apart a little bit. We've added all the laser marks for the sizes. And we've made this fit a drawer from a US General Series 3 toolbox. So 22 1/4 wide, 19 3/8 front to back. You'll find that drawer size in the 27-inch box, the 42-inch box, 56-inch box, and off the top of my head, I'm not sure there's any drawers that size in the 72-inch box, but there'll be a drawer that depth that's wider that this could be floated in that 72-inch box. So what we've got, the quarter drive extensions, sorry, those are 3/8 drive. Then the half drive extensions, the 2 swivels, 4 adapters from the 3/8 drive set. And then these are the 3/8 drive metric, and these are the half drive metric. And you notice we've run these rows front to back. That makes it easier for us to fit the markings in, and then you're not looking over the top of the tall row of sockets to see the laser marking. SAE side, 3/8 drive and half drive. So it's a nice clean layout. If you've got the drawer space to fit it in, that 19 3/8 depth is more than a lot of toolboxes, but in that US General Series 3 lineup there, they do have the depth in order to make this work. So the other thing to check is the height, because we've got a 1/4 inch of foam underneath these sockets and you want a little air gap above them. So, check the website for minimum trim down on this, the minimum height required, and I'll put part numbers in the comments below. You can order these 2 organizers or any of the other 800 plus designs that we've got off of our website, which is foamfittools.com. If you click subscribe, they'll let you know about other videos that we put out. And if you've got ideas, let me know. You can put questions or comments down below, and shoot us an email if you've got questions. Thanks for watching.